Hello everyone, we have some pretty interesting news about KIRAKIRA Precure, and we're gonna have a look at their new weapons and probably a new group attack and even a new transformation for the girls. So those info were posted on Precure Live Journal by Nov. So Nov, thank you so much for sharing this with us. And it's basically a magazine page with new merchandise and also some new information. So first, let's have a look at this new weapon. It's probably the Cure Whip's weapon because the details are in pink. Obviously, all of the weapons are going to be pink, but even the details on this one are pink. So this weapon, it looks a little strange to me. It doesn't look like a rod at all. And to be honest, I think that I like the candy rod design better than this one, but I don't think this one is bad at all. It just looks strange to me, but it might work. It seems that it's divided into three parts, and like there is the part that they are gonna hold the weapon, and in the middle there's something that resembles their transformation device, and then there is this thing that comes out of it. It's probably gonna shoot their powers. So with this weapon, they're probably going to use their crystals that they are awakening in those later episodes, and I don't know if we can see more about how this is going to be used, but we have some other info. This weapon is called KIRAKIRA Precure, and there is going to be a new attack called Precure Animal Go Round. By the name of this attack, we're probably going to have a group attack, and it's a nice thing because we don't have a group attack with the whole group. I mean, we have a group attack with the 5 girls, but after Parfit entered, we didn't get a new attack. So yeah, I think that it's going to be nice if we're gonna have an attack with the 6 girls together. And they're probably going to use their crystals in this device. And I actually hope that they have individual new attacks as well, not only a group attack. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. I hope for it. I'm hoping for it, but I don't think that this is going to happen. I really don't believe in it. At least for now, I don't believe that they're going to have individual attacks, new individual attacks this later on in the series. We're almost in episode 30. And, well, let's see what happens. So there's also a sweets castle. It's interesting because in every season we have a very big box or something that they use to enhance their transformation and also bring out a new power. So this is probably, the sweets castle is probably going to be what they're going to use to do their group attack, to perform their group attack. But at the same time, there is this new form, and this new form is called, it's not called, but they're gonna say let's la okigae a la modo style. So they're probably going to say this, and they use the sweets castle instead of the animal crystal on the KIRAKIRA Creamer. So yeah, I don't think that they were gonna have a big box this time around. The sweets castle is just a small thing that it's basically like the thing that they use to transform, that they put in their transformation device. And then instead of using the animal crystal that they got, they're going to use this new thing so that they can get this new transformation. I don't think I made myself clear, but I don't even know if I understand it correctly. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. There is a very small image of Cure Whip's enhanced transformation, and she looks nice, but I think it's too white. I don't know, I can barely see it, but as I can see, it's her clothes are almost all white, and there are red details that are strawberries, and it's nice because she perfectly looks like a cake, and she kind of looks like a bride, and she kind of looks like the bride's cake as well. And I like it. There's something in her hair, in her head actually, that I don't really understand what it is, but it's like a sheep hat. It's probably not a sheep. It's not probably not a reference to a sheep, but I don't know what it is. So I actually hope that the other girls don't get too white in their enhanced transformation, their power-ups. I don't know, I think it becomes a little boring. I mean, I like KIRAKIRA Precure because the girls are so colorful and there is barely no white in almost all of the girls, but at least with Cure Whip, she is way too white in this transformation. But let's see what happens. They're probably going to use it only for the group powers, maybe, but I don't see them fighting in those costumes. I don't think that they're gonna fight in those costumes a lot. So yeah, that's basically it. Apart from those things, we also have the titles for episodes 30 to 33. So the titles are pretty exciting. I think that the titles are very nice. So next episode, which is episode 30, is going to be called The School Festival is Targeted, Chocolate in Wonderland. We've seen the preview in episode 29, so Miko is going to be targeted and Akira is going to go crazy, and she's probably, not probably, she's going to be the focus on next episode, and she's going to be the main character, and she's probably going to awaken her animal crystal. And I don't think that there's much to say about this. Episode 31 is going to be called I Can't Endure Tears, The Reason Ichika Smiles. This episode is going to be Ichika centered, and it's probably the episode in which her animal crystal is going to awaken. And it's a very interesting thing because the reason Ichika smiles is part of the name of the episode, and we're probably going to learn more about her. And I really hope that we're gonna see more of her and her mother. I mean, her mother is probably not gonna be present, but at least maybe in a telephone call, an email, a letter, anything. I think that it would be amazing if we could see more of her mother, and even about that theory of her mother being the ancient Precure. I don't know if that makes any sense anymore because her mother is barely appearing, but it actually makes sense, right? It would be really nice if it happens. So I think things get really interesting episode 32 onwards. Episode 32 is called With 6 Shining Personalities, KIRAKIRA Creamer. So it's probably when the KIRAKIRA Creamer is going to appear, the new weapon is going to appear, and they're going to get new powers. Or maybe just the weapon itself appearing in this episode. I don't know, but I think that this is going to be the episode they are going to awaken their new group powers. Since by episode 32, we're probably going to have all of the animal crystals. And episode 33, Sweets Are Dangerous, Resurrect Dark Animals. This is probably the most interesting out of all of the new titles, and this sounds kind of dangerous, and I think that Noir is going to make a comeback in this episode, and he is going to appear. And I really hope that we learn more about him, and we learn more about what he wants with KIRAKIRA. And also, dark animals. I mean, with what we know from the season so far, this makes absolutely no sense. The girls are based on animals and sweets, so yeah, we know that. But dark animals, we see nothing about animals in the villain's side. So we might learn one thing or another about the villains and about their wishes, and maybe about past precures, because if it's related to animals, the past cures of this season might have had relations to animals as well. So I don't know. I think that this episode is going to be pretty amazing, and I'm really excited for it. So yeah, I think that's all. I think that the new image gives a lot of info to us, so we can speculate a lot. So my wishes are for the costumes not to be so white. I also wish for a very, very nicely animated 6-girl attack, a nice transformation on their power-ups, and obviously a new individual attack for each girl, even though I think it's not gonna happen, but I can wish, right? So what's your take on all of those new infos? Are you as excited as me for the next steps of KIRAKIRA Precure? I'm pretty hyped, and I can't wait for more. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!